First category is the ATP Grand Slam Match of the Year. Cam, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, there was a couple early in the season. I think that's where I straight away went to. I had to go to the Australian Open final. That's Sinner Medvedev coming back from 2 sets down for Sinner, winning his first slam. I was looking at the French. There was a few French Open matches, but I had to go with Sinner Medvedev start of the year.
Okay. Gil's got a different one.
I do. I thought really hard about this one. It was between, major finals are going to have a leg up. And when they go 5 sets, usually those are the ones that stick in your memory. And I thought about, I was between, is it the RG final or is it the AO final? And, it's not easy, but the 4 and 5 were not close in either match, right? Sinner won 4 and 5 pretty easily, pretty comfortably. Same thing with Roland Garros. Alcaraz kind of blew out Zverev in 4 and 5. But I think it was a more interesting blowout 4 and 5 at Roland Garros, where Medvedev, his legs were kind of done, and Jannik, as soon as he kind of got comfortable, you just kind of knew how it was going to go. Whereas Zverev, especially going for the first major, you're on the edge of your seat. Is he ever going to do this? And how's he going to handle this? And Alcaraz played some awesome tennis. You have the controversy with the line call as well thrown in there that added to the drama in the 5th set. So I'm going RG.
Okay. Anthony, what did you pick?
So I've gone a bit different here than you guys. So I was not going for a final. I went for Djokovic versus Musetti, round 3 of the French. This was a match that was very memorable to me. 5-set finals is what we usually remember after the end of a season. It's it's what you always want. You want a tournament like a Grand Slam to end in 5 sets, but I felt like Alcaraz versus Zverev was probably the one I was going to choose if I was going to do a final, but Djokovic versus Musetti stood out to me because I thought it was the best match Musetti played in his life. It was really interesting storylines with Musetti trying to get his revenge on Novak from a couple years before. And just like in Monte Carlo, when he got the upset over Novak, he came back from a set and a breakdown and very nearly did it. But Djokovic, at the latest finish in Roland Garros history, 3:07 a.m., basically outlasted him. And the fact that he won a bagel in the 5th set really made it very memorable to me. So I thought a lot of great rallies and shot making, like every other point was fantastic. So that was a really memorable, exciting match for me at the end of the season, even if it doesn't mean as much as a Grand Slam final, maybe in the grand scheme of things.
I just like that Musetti didn't retire down for love.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Learn his lesson.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, he came good at Wimbledon at least, so that was all good, which is interesting because such a different surface as well. I didn't expect it, but yeah, no, all good selections. Anthony, very good selection. Not a final. Round 3. I don't think we've ever picked a round 3 as a Grand Slam match of the year, but there's definitely room for it, but not in this category. I'm going to have to go with Cam, and I'll tell you why. Because I understand the Zverev question mark and the mystery around it, and to shamelessly advertise, we do have a video just out, by the way, about Zverev. Will he ever win a slam? So put your comments below whether you think he's going to win one or not. But in terms of this category, I just think with Sinner, with it being his first ever Grand Slam win, I thought it was clearly iconic, and I think the shot to win it as well, where they made it into him being a carrot. I don't know if you saw the Australian Open. They did some kind of weird graphic at the end. Cam, man, what are you Australians doing with your technology? You're behind. Don't have WhatsApp or something.
They're like 20 years ahead, mate. That's what it is. They're so far ahead.
It was like I was watching a Game Boy. It was crazy. But no, I mean, look, it was a fantastic match. The quality was really good for the first couple of sets. And Medvedev played some, like, we saw Netvedev again, which was really interesting to see. And then obviously his legs went. But it's one of those what ifs. If he managed to stay physically intact, could he have done it? Maybe. But I thought Sinner handled the occasion really well. And I guess as he did the whole season, ice cool. I guess at the time we didn't know what's going on with him as well. But yeah, very, very impressive to me. So I think ATP Grand Slam match of the year, Sinner Medvedev, Australian Open final, but both Both picks that Anthony and Gil you mentioned are very, very memorable.